Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Dinner was full!
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
Is your house on fire, Claw?
No, Bethany, those are Christmas lights. And when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Good evening. Welcome to this week's edition of the WayBack Movies Podcast, a show where we review the best and not so best of 80s and 90s cinema, because really, fuck the 2000s. My name is Steve, and with me on this crazy journey,
Justin.
Doctor.
And
we're back. And we're a little more festive, I guess.
But still cynical.
Because, you know, we still is us.
Yes.
So, that's what we do.
We can't change.
So, no. And this movie is oddly cynical as well.
No, it isn't. Look who stars in it.
Huh.
By all accounts, literally every account, one of the biggest pricks in Hollywood.
And yet,
well, you can't deny talent.
No, true. But I have, we'll get to it later, but I have reports to the contrary.
Oh, yeah?
Which is fucking shocking, because I never would have thought, even in a million years, I'd ever find anything that doesn't make Chevy Chase out to be a giant prick.
Yeah.
And yes, some of those are in here. But, yeah, there are actually some in here. And
there were some people that he was actually nice to.
Some people in this, that worked on this film, actually...
Well, that's Christmas.
I guess so.
Even Scrooge got turned around at Christmas.
That's very true. However, I guess if we're looking for the moral of the story for Scrooge is he didn't stay that way.
No.
Because he ended up being a prick for the rest of the world. So, with that being said, let's get back with all of the good Christmas feels, I guess, with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation on December 1st, 1989. So let's go back. Okay, here we are, 1989. I am, how old am I? 7?
I
7
am
years old.
2, and I have no idea what I got for Christmas.
7 and 1989. What did I get for Christmas?
So you'd have more of a memory than I would.
I don't know, because I know 1 year later is my favorite Christmas gift.
Yeah.
That's the NES.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Holy Grail, if you will.
Pretty much the Holy Grail of Christmas gifts. This might have been the big, beautiful special edition Optimus Prime that I got. Which was dope. Some stupid kid stole it from me in the fucking playground.
Well, we're back here.
Yeah.
We can beat him up, Jay and Silent Bob style.
Well, I mean, how long are we staying in 1989? Because this might have been 1990 when the little bastard did it. So it was definitely not winter. It was definitely the summer.
When we go way back to 1990, we'll kick the shit out of him and get your Prime back.
All right, there we go. Yeah.
Yes, we just condone violence against children on this show.
Hey, it's my fucking Optimus Prime, motherfucker. I wish I had that to this day, because that was one of the best fucking Optimus Primes in the history, man. That was the one where you could, like, put him into the... Like, you could stand up the trailer, and then you could put him in it, and it looked big, giant fucking monstrosity that never actually showed up on the TV show, but who gives a shit, because it was that awesome.
Jesus, how did he steal something so big?
I was a kid. I think I left it to one side, and I turned around, and it was fucking gone, you know?
One of those.
Yeah. So, if you're listening, and you stole it from another kid, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah. All right.
Moving on. Back to happier times. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, December 1st, 1989. Directed by Jeremiah S. Chechik. Written by John Hughes. Produced by Tom Jacobson and John Hughes. Production company Hughes Entertainment. Distributed by Warner Brothers. A box office of $71.3 million against a budget of $25 million. So actually profitable.
Yeah.
So the cast. one of the biggest douches in the universe. Chevy Chase is Clark W. Griswold Jr., Beverly D'Angelo is Ellen Griswold, Juliette Lewis is Audrey Griswold, and Johnny Galecki is Russ Griswold.
Leonard!
Yep. Leonard and Juliette Lewis, who just any kind of freaky-ass role. There's Juliette Lewis.
Pick one.
The third third group of kids that we get playing Audrey and Russ. John Randolph is Clark W. Griswold Sr., Diane Ladd is Nora Griswold, E.G. Marshall is Art Smith, Doris Roberts is Frances Smith, Randy Quaid. Fucking Randy Quaid.
The funnest Quaid brother.
And
craziest.
He's gone back to Hollywood, by the way. He's in. I looked at IMDb. He's in another movie. I think maybe he's finally on some fucking medication.
Okay.
I guess he's no longer afraid of the Hollywood star whackers.
Yeah.
Look it up, kids, because I am not putting that out there. But look up Randy Quaid. If you ever want to see his sex tape, it's there.
Yeah.
At like 60. Miriam Flynn is cousin Catherine Johnson. Cody Berger is Rocky Johnson. Ellen Hamilton Latson is Ruby Sue Johnson. William Hickey is Uncle Lewis. Mae Questel is Aunt Bethany. Sam McMurray is Bill. Nicholas Guest is Todd Chester. Julie Louis-Dreyfus is Margot Chester. And Brian Doyle Murray is Frank Shirley. So, let's talk about the Vacation series a little bit, because this is actually the third in a stretch of 4 films. So let's just sort of...
I'm sure we'll
definitely be getting to those at some point in time.
They all fall within our parameters.
They do, and I happen to like all of them.
Yes, me too. I know that fourth one's a bit dodgy, but I still like it.
And no, I'm not talking about Christmas Vacation 2, which weirdly enough, I don't think I actually have in my notes. I don't actually. Weirdly enough, fine. I didn't talk about this. They made one. No one should watch it. Okay,
again,
moving on.
That doesn't fall within our parameters.
Nope. And thank God. I've never seen it and don't plan to. But it stars Crazy Man himself. It's all about Cousin Eddie.
Yeah.
So let's not even talk about that. So there you go. That was me covering it. So the Vacation series. So after the success of National Lampoon's Animal House in 1978, it was decided that another story from the National Lampoon magazine should be adapted into a film. One of such stories was chosen for development was John Hughes' Vacation 58, which was originally published in the September 1979 issue of the National Lampoon. Released on July 29, 1983, National Lampoon's Vacation proved to be a financial and critical success. Simmons went on to produce a sequel entitled National Lampoon's European Vacation. Although not critically, the sequel was financially successful enough to warrant another sequel. Shortly after making European Vacation, Chase and Eric Idle began writing a script for a follow-up called National Lampoon's Australian Vacation. According to Idle, we spent some time working together on it. It had some nice shark gags, but I can't pretend it was in any way finished.
I love Eric Idle so much.
Instead, this film began production. So, Christmas Vacation originated from a short story by writer John Hughes, again, called Christmas of '59, which was published in the December 1980 issue of the National Lampoon magazine. John Hughes was asked if he wanted to write a new vacation film. He said he would only do it if he had a good story to use, as, by this point, the series was a Chevy Chase vehicle, and there was very little need for him to write a real story. Then he remembered the short story, saying, "The studio came to me and begged me for another one, and I only agreed because I had this story." Director Chris Columbus initially wanted to direct the film, but he left after 2 meetings with Chevy Chase and told John Hughes, quote, "There is no way I can do this movie. I know I need to work, but I can't do it with this guy." He was then sent the script to Home Alone in its place. How'd that do? Anyone? Home Alone? Anyone remember that? No? Okay.
Also check into the movies that made us.
Yes.
The episode of that for Home Alone was really good.
Stealing our fucking gig.
Yeah.
Although, you better believe when we get to Home Alone, I'm definitely using that as a reference, because holy crap.
Grib knows those.
I binged the shit out of that show the second it came out. It was like, much like the Toys That Made Us, I'm like, alright, here's my afternoon done. So yeah, Netflix, watch it. Toys That Made Us, movies that made us, your life will be better. I can guarantee it. Jeremiah Chechik was a commercial director who was working with Warner's on a film about the Apollo Theater. And they started sending him scripts of other films to make. This one was given to him. Even though he didn't know how to make a comedy, he met with the producers in Chevy and got the job, even though he thought, should I really be doing this? He had the faith of John Hughes, who, when Jeremiah asked his advice, John just said, go do the movie you want. Beverly D'Angelo remembers him being out of his element, attempting to take time to figure out how her character would walk. She said to him, "What? This is Christmas Vacation. That'd be great if we were doing La Strada or something. According to both of them, they didn't get along during filming. John Hughes was pulling double duty as director of Uncle Buck and writer and producer of this. Pre-production began while Buck was filming, and as soon as Uncle Buck wrapped, he immediately began filming this. So he's not like some producers. He was actually there on set.
John Hughes was a very, very busy man.
He really was.
From like the years 1985 to like 1992.
Yeah, he was basically the guy for a very long time. The house in which the Griswolds' neighbors Todd and Margot live is the same house where the Murtaugh family lived in all 4 Lethal Weapon movies. The houses on the street are on the Warner Brothers backlot.
See our Lethal Weapon episode. Christmas!
Mm-hmm. Yes! And again, something we will get to in the future is more of them. To film some scenes outside, they moved production to Colorado, where it would normally snow. They got there and there was no snow.
Oh,
so they brought in many trucks of fake snow to put on the ground. Then it started to snow. And snow. And snow. For 3 days. Then they couldn't shoot because it was way too much.
Okay, Lord! Enough!
We got it!
We got it!
Moving on.
As someone tries to literally direct God.
Hey.
And Mother Nature.
Somebody had to do it. Aside from everything you hear about Chevy Chase, during filming he was great with the kids. Telling
that
jokes
I can believe.
In between scenes.
He's a prick, but
like
come
that.
on.
Like, no.
He's not going to be a dick to children. I hope you're not a prick to children.
Well, we'll get to the rest of it, but with Johnny Galecki, Chevy knew he was nervous. So he would help him with his delivery and timing by pointing subtly off camera when he should say his lines for the best effect.
That's nice.
Apparently, during filming, Chevy was a hard worker and really exceptionally nice with the crew. So much so that Diane Ladd, who played his mother, in the scene where Clark doesn't get the bonus, she actually started crying, feeling, as she said in an interview, "How could they do this to my son?" That is completely opposite of everything I've ever heard about Chevy Chase. So this is kind of nuts. Chevy actually broke his pinky finger while punching the Santa Claus.
And he karate chopped the rest of them.
That's probably where he that might have been where he
took the good hand and just went fucking Bruce Lee on the rest of them. Just
so the film kept rolling, and the take that was the take that was actually used. So he actually broke his hand while doing that. The scene in which Clark goes sledding actually scared the shit out of Chevy because it was a massive hill they sent him down, and it wasn't far from the trees and rocks. He thought he was going to die. He was going so fast without any way of stopping except for his foot.
That whole scene could have been cut from the film, by the way. I'm just saying.
Really?
I'll get to it when we get to the actual rundown, but yeah.
I thought it was pretty damn funny. A minor earthquake occurred when they were filming the scene in which Uncle Lewis and Aunt Bethany arrive at the Griswold house. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, apparently when they're walking in, she's like, "Are you going to throw me down, Clock?" Which is such a weird question to ask. Like, why would he throw you down, lady?
I don't know.
Weird old lady. In all fairness, she put cat food in the fucking Jell-O mold, so who knows. The scene where the cat bit the Christmas light cord and got electrocuted was nearly cut from the movie. Prior to the first test screening, the studio executives wanted the scene taken out, fearing that it might offend some viewers.
Brad
But producer Matty Simmons begged them to leave the scene in, and they eventually gave in to his request. After the first test screening, the test audience scored the cat electrocution scene as their favorite scene in the movie.
Y'all sick.
It's pretty fucking funny.
No, it is.
If you've ever had a cat, you know that could happen anytime, because cats can be dumb.
Especially with Christmas trees.
Uh-huh. That's why
I don't know, I don't know what happened between cats and Christmas trees and why they became mortal enemies.
But they did, and they needed to
die.
But
they are like the Hatfields and the McCoys. It's like, it's the word. Like, you bring that into this house, it must die.
Yeah.
And then they'll climb it and knock it over.
That's true. However, if you want to scare the shit out of a cat, apparently you put a cucumber next to him. I don't know. I don't understand that, but apparently it works. So anytime your cat's attacking a Christmas tree, just throw a cucumber down there. You'll be fine.
Thanks around it.
Cats are fucking weird. No, just the one. Just one is enough to send a cat jumping and flying. Go look it up on YouTube. It is the weirdly most entertaining thing ever.
But then said cat can go around the tree with the cucumbers, and that's why you have to surround it. Of course, you'll have a Christmas tree surrounded by cucumbers.
No, because eventually they get wise to the fact that it's not whatever it is they're instinctually afraid of. I don't know what it is. No, seriously, they're instinctually afraid of something. I don't know what it is. But yeah, seriously, look it up. It's weird. I was told of this recently, and I was fucking fascinated, and I can't wait to buy a cucumber.